Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another video. I'm super excited because today we're going to ride in the Belmont and we're riding with my two good friends plus my partner David, and it's going to be awesome. I don't think I've ever said my name on the video before. I'm Amanda, and today I'm recording from my couch on December 17th at 7:37 p.m. It's a Tuesday. This ride was recorded I think 2 Saturdays ago. Yes, 2 Saturdays ago. And as you can see, there are no more leaves on any of the trees in Philadelphia. They have all dropped unless they're evergreens. And right now we are in like the West Philly section of the Belmont, as far west as you can go, right by the pump track, which is a little park that you can ride a BMX bike, or if you have a dropper post on your mountain bike, it has lots of humps to pump your bike on, and it's amazing. But this is I think called the Pump Track Trail. I am not great at trail names. My brain does not want to hold on to that information. Oh my gosh, these are so fun. You can get air on these. Ugh, we are so lucky to have these trails, and I can get here in 15 minutes on my mountain bike. And I don't know, I just have so much gratitude for the people who built these trails, for the earth, for mountain bikes, for bikes. I can't say enough. I love this, and this is going to be my favorite video that I've posted so far, because it's trails, because of friends, because of bikes. Oh, here we encountered a down tree, and when that happens, you just got to get off and hike a bike over it. Oh, you get to see my little Cannondale scalpel. I got this from a friend who previously owned it, and it has been a trusty bike that I have enjoyed riding very much. Very cross-country, very aggressive, racy bike. It has full travel, but full suspension, meaning there's suspension on the fork and on the frame, but not a lot, and it's just enough for where we live. I don't think I would want anything more in the rear. David has a little bit more suspension than me, and I liked riding his bike, but for some reason, he has a Specialized Epic Evo. It feels kind of swoopy to me, or like kind of too much swooping in the rear, too much up and down. It was really cold this day. I think the high was in the 30s, and I was really comfortable with what I wore. These gloves are amazing. These are those like Ronnie Romance leather gloves, and I'm wearing a wool base layer and a thermal jersey, like a long sleeve wool base layer and a thermal jersey, and then I have long tights on. The ones that you see on David are on me too. And I'm wearing boots. The 45 North boots, and I think I put aluminum foil over my socks. So between my shoe and my socks, I have on aluminum foil. I thought I would show that in order to get out of the like West Philly part and into like the real part of the Belmont, you have to cross over this road, which is called Belmont Ave. And now we're in more of the heart of the circuit, or like the greater trail network of the Belmont, where it's uninterrupted and you don't have to cross roads so much anymore. We are meeting up. This was our ride to get to the meetup point, which we call Car Barn. I have no idea where the name Car Barn comes from. I probably should have done more research before recording this narration, but fuck it. So we are heading on down to meet them at Car Barn. People park their cars there, but I know that people have had their cars broken into when parking here, so I don't suggest it. Just ride your bike to where you want to ride when you are in Philly. We are almost to meeting up with my friends, and I'm going to introduce them. I got consent to include them in the video and to tell you their names, so no worries there. So this is like a fire road, or like a main road that's in the center of the Belmont trails that they must use for access and maintenance. On this day, there were a fuck ton of people at the Belmont, and we'll see them on the trails at one point. I think this might have been a NICA event or something about getting young folks out on the trails. And here is my first friend to join us on the ride. This is Louise. And she has lived in Philadelphia for, I think, 4 years. She's from Scotland. She came to Philadelphia to go to school to get her degree. And she's almost done getting her degree, which is super sad because that means she'll be moving away soon and going to break my heart. But I met her through cyclocross because she races it and is super duper good at bikes and also a super duper good person. And if I hadn't had bikes in my life, I wouldn't have met Louise, which would have not been good. So very, very grateful for bikes and for friends. I think we're talking about what she's been up to. She travels a good bit, and I think she just came from the Grand Canyon, so we were talking about that. And remembering to drink our liquids, because when you're riding mountain bikes, it's pretty hard to get your hands off your bars and eat or drink anything, which is why you see people wear those hydration backpacks, which none of us are doing here. Oh, one thing to note is I'm recording with a chest mount this time instead of from the handlebars of David's bike. And there's KDV. KDV is a staple of Philadelphia cycling. Everyone knows KDV. She puts on rides. She's super supportive, and just can't say enough good things about her. She is amazing. And if you come to Philly, you ride a bike, you will probably end up meeting KDV because she is just always out on her bike. Here's like the group one of the groups I was talking about, of a lot of people riding together. Probably just saying hello and riding by. So we get back on the trails now that we've met up with them and get into the good stuff, the mountain bikey stuff. I think this was the hardest type of bicycle riding that I learned how to do. And when I first did it, I learned here, and I cried the first time I rode here. And I didn't think I would ever do this sport. I thought, this is way too hard. This is for people who like to ride roller coasters, who aren't afraid of anything. And somehow, slowly but surely, this is my favorite thing to do. So we have practiced riding here many, many, many times, and practiced hopping over things many, many, many times so that I could get used to it and get better at it. And Belmont is really special because there are so many log overs, and the turns are tight and slow. We have another place, the Wiss, that I mentioned in my last video, the Wissahickon, which is just, the mountain bike trails there are just so different compared to the Belmont. They're rockier, bigger, there's more elevation gain overall. It's great. We have two completely different types of mountain bike trail systems within 15 minutes of each other if you're riding a bike from one to the other. It's incredible. We're so, so, so lucky in Philadelphia to have these areas where you can just get off the road, ride your bike safely, and enjoy yourself. And I think when I say safely, I guess I'm talking about cars, because you don't have to be around cars. Obviously, you have to know how to ride your bike and how to ride on these trails in order for it to be safe. But I think if you take it slow, and if you can find somebody to ride with who has more experience than you or has ridden these trails before, even if they're only a little bit more experienced than you, that will help a lot, because they will show you where to ride, like what lines to take. You can see the lines that we're taking as we take these turns. You can see, like, even in the grass is the wrong word, leaves. So if you look for where there aren't leaves, that's probably where people are putting their tires. So if you set yourself up so that your tires are wherever there aren't leaves, you're probably going to get through the turn correctly, or you're going to have traction. I actually think learning how to mountain bike at this time of year, after the leaves have dropped, but also after people have cleared away the leaves by riding, I messed up here and I included that on purpose. People mess up. That's okay. You put a foot down and then you just keep going. You'll find the line where you should ride. Like here, you can see where it's just dirt. That's where your tires should be. Oh yeah, we did this awesome log over. We all kind of had to ride up to it and see what was on the other side. So I wanted to include this. It was really fun. It looks really scary, but it's just kind of like riding over a little hump of dirt. So I included KDV doing it. And then in a second, you'll see Louise doing it. And Louise is the baddest ass of us all, riding on her cross bike with no suspension, doing all this stuff. But no surprises there. Everybody knows Louise fucks. So here we are. Again, just finding those lines, looking for the grip, and setting yourself up for the turns or the features. Oh, this was a new feature we didn't even know about, so I went around it not realizing what it was, but David wrote it, and I wanted to include that because it was so cute. Thank you to the trail maintenance folks who added those features. They're great. I actually have gotten lost where we are in the Belmont. I, again, don't know the trail names. I think we're on, we're near Mighty Mouse, but not on Mighty Mouse at all. But close to it. And I tried to make sure people were in front of me for most of the video so you could see other people ride, since it's just my arms and my giant ass hammerhead Karoo. Don't judge me. I really like the maps. I actually don't care if you judge me. Do whatever you want. We just rode over some power lines, which I think is really funny that they're just power lines down in the Belmont that we just ride over and don't even notice. Oh, almost got impaled by that giant stick and we all almost died. More power lines. Check those out. That's normal. I know one time David and our friend Dylan actually got electrocuted in the Belmont by some power lines, but I think we're all just immune to it now and don't notice them, which is not good. Not good. But I feel like the video doesn't always do what we're doing justice. Oh yeah, here's that giant group of people, which was super fun to encounter. I don't know about riding in this big of a group mountain bike just because of this. It just causes everybody has to stop and pass each other instead of when it's 2 or 3 or 4 people, it's pretty easy to just ride on by each other without having to come to a complete stop. Yeah, this was a giant group, but I'm glad they're out here. No hate. Appreciate. I'm glad you're riding bikes. More people on more bikes. I forgot what I was saying, but the Belmont. Riding bikes. Do it to it. On our right here is the Edgeley Fields where Louise even and a lot of people play ultimate frisbee, and it's really fun. We've come out to see her during one of our bike rides. We'll just pop over and watch her play. Ultimate frisbee looks hard. I don't think I have the hand-eye coordination for that, and I feel way too old to learn yet another new sport. I think I learned mountain biking in my 30s, and now I'm 37, and I'm really glad I learned it. But obviously, you're never too old to learn something new. So if you want to do it, you can do it. I honestly did not think I could ever do what I'm doing in this video on a mountain bike. This is beyond my wildest dreams. And it just took time. And it took practice, and it took not pushing myself too hard too fast. It's great to have somebody to ride with who you trust and who encourages you and who you can model yourself after. And Louise has been that for me in a lot of ways, because seeing her do things makes me believe that it's possible that I could do them too, even though I know she learned at a much younger age than I did. But I can't say enough how helpful it is to see somebody else out there doing the thing. Look at Katie with her great bike body separation, really leaning that bike over and getting her weight off her saddle. That really helps with the turns. There's some great examples of that just a second ago. Mountain biking is different than road riding because you don't really, you really want to lean the bike more than you want to lean your whole body so that you can really hook up the side of your tire with the ground. Oh, I hate this section of trail. They built these berms and they're so tight, and the exits of the berms don't really have enough berm for you to take it with speed. And I try to get over it every time I do them, how much they annoy me. Well, if you've never mountain biked before and this is you're watching this video, I'm surprised, but I'm glad you're here, and maybe this will inspire you to try seeing these amazing people riding their bikes. And it doesn't matter how fast you go, it doesn't matter what you look like. What matters is that you're enjoying it and trying, and just know that you'll get better the more that you do it. Even if you don't fully think so. There are times that I've ridden in here and just thought, man, I suck at this, and man, I'm never going to get better at this. And yet somehow I just kept doing it, and slowly but surely. And by no means am I saying I am like very good at this, but knowing where I came from, knowing where I was literally crying, I am way, way better than that, which is cool because I can compare myself to myself and I can see progress, and that is really important in achieving anything in life, is to compare yourself to yourself and go for it. Just like me making these damn videos. It's just scary to put yourself out there making these, but I want to share what I see on my bike with other people, and I want them to see how beautiful the world is from your bike, and how great it is that you can meet lots of new different people, that you can see nature in a totally different way, that you can feel free on your bike. It's just so special, and I'm so lucky to have this in my life. Not everybody does. So I hope you do too. Maybe you have something like this, or you have bikes in your life. We're getting close to the end of the video, and I just want to say how grateful I am that you have watched, and if you're still here, that means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. I thought I'd end the video with no talking, and I just have like the music that I had at the beginning just playing out at the end. The end of this is just me and David, because we rode a little bit longer without KDV and Louise. We split up from them and took the trails back, like the long way home, because fuck cars and fuck roads. It's funny how much cars hate us when the feeling could not be more mutual, because we don't want to be on the road either. We just want to get to where we're going and not die. So take those trails. That would be probably why I forced myself to learn how to ride mountain bike. Was it's just so much nicer to not be on the road and not have to deal with any cars. Nothing could be better. So I hope you have a great Tuesday if that's when you're watching this, or a great weekend this weekend. I know I'm going to try to, even though I think the high is 30 and the low is 18 degrees. Past weekend, David and I set up our trainers for the first time because I rode Saturday, and my toes and fingers hate me for it. So I might go back in my catalog of videos that I've recorded with my GoPro and try to make some videos from older recordings, like at Raystown and stuff like that. So you might see some out-of-season videos coming up next if I'm not able to get outside and record with how cold it is. Also, the batteries die super fast in the cold, but no excuses. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to try to keep giving you a video every week. I hope you keep coming back and watching, and I hope you enjoy, because I'm fucking loving riding my bike, and I love sharing it with you, and I love watching these videos because they're so cool. It's just amazing. Yeah, it's awesome. So I'll play you out with this song. I hope you take care, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.